Yeah, so I'd rather listen to Brand New Eyes by Paramore, but I just got this email and I'm actually going to read this out. These are not my words. I am legitimately reading from someone else. Always cite your source because, especially, the reason you want to cite your source is mostly because when things go wrong, which usually they do, then you could just be like, this other person said it. So these are McKinsey's words, not mine. I believe that no DEI works at all. Like, if companies really want to have inclusive companies with black people, they need to hire like the most ghetto city girls people and just create some thing where they pay the minimum wage and then go through trial by trial what it takes to get them to be corporately ready. That's the only way it's going to work. You have to take these people because like that's the streets are going to continue to change. Like whatever is currently ghetto today is going to be like 2x 3x by tomorrow because like the streets have money and they're always going to have money, and people who don't have money are going to try to find the easiest way to get money, and they keep getting it. As y'all see, like world star hip hop is kind of the it's all the rage. I don't watch it because I'm not into trauma porn, but like people have been watching it, they're going to keep watching it. It's an entire ecosystem of real money. So whatever. Let's hear what this white woman thinks. It says, rethink a fresh take on big issues, making DEI work. So this is by Diana Ellsworth. These are Diana Ellsworth's words, not mine. Making DEI work. 5 ways to drive successful DEI initiatives. A lot of research tends to focus on the challenge side of diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, the manifestations and root causes of inequity. In America, inequity is about slavery. We know the root cause. Poor people don't know they're in poverty, but I feel like enough of us have come with signs and giffies and shit, so they know now. They know now. They didn't know before, but now they know. Okay. Also, all black people are not in poverty. And I feel like, not even in a funny way, but I know every African I know has taken advantage of the fact that black Americans are like retarded. And we have all been capitalizing on it. So sorry, somebody's got to go to the bank. And it was for sure going to be us. And it is us. It's still us. That's why I had to make that video about the upper middle class that had where loco. They always find a way to get the money, and I'm sorry, but I have too many pretty tokens to work as hard as Four Loco. Like that would be ridiculous. Anyway, I was gonna maybe I'll make another video describing to you guys who Four Loco is, but you could also just search the hashtag and then figure it out for yourself. Why do I have to say everything? This channel is supposed to be about me. I don't give a shit about Four Loco and his capitalization strategies for getting free alcohol. I'm just here for the free drinks, okay? Anyway, there's been less research, however, on the solution side on what does it take to make progress on DEI. So, in partnership with the World Economic Forum, we created the Global Parity Alliance and looked for lighthouse examples. Oh, this is hilarious. Of companies that had made progress and to see if lessons from those companies can be applied elsewhere. What do you think? Call me Earl Sweatshirt. Or don't. Just call me Olivia. What we found is that there is a recipe with 5 success factors as the key ingredients for driving successful DEI initiatives, but there is no recipe for which initiatives work best across the board. That's because context is key. Facts. In fact, the first success factor is to gain a nuanced understanding of root causes. That is so true. Often companies don't approach DEI the same way they approach other aspects of business strategy. They often underinvest time and effort to deeply understand the problem they are trying to solve. That is true. Instead, companies will launch initiatives because they saw, say, a mentorship program succeed somewhere else, and they say, let's launch that here. In a rush, Often because of good intentions and an eagerness and desire to show employees they're doing something, companies might skip that step of really understanding exactly what the problem is they're trying to solve. So, while an early career mentoring program for women sounds innately appealing, when you ask the company to really dig into this data, it may be that women are actually advancing just fine early in their careers. And white women are the primary recipients of diversity and inclusion efforts in terms of corporate America. So, yes, women are advancing just fine, and Karens are dominating the workforce. So, I highly doubt that we need more Karen initiatives. They are doing just fine, like, seriously. The problem the problems are at other points along the pipeline. Perhaps sponsorship of mid career women is more important. We could talk about sponsorship, or you could just read the article for yourself. Thank you. Or perhaps the company should be looking to root out bias in the review process. The initiatives that are most successful are ones in which the company spent the time up front to really understand what is the problem we're trying to solve? And what are the root causes for why the needle is stuck? The second success factor, a meaningful definition of success, goes hand in hand with the first. The most successful initiatives understand both the problem they're trying to solve and what success will look like once they've solved it. They have a real understanding of where we are today and why are we here and where are we trying to go. This isn't rocket science. These are the keys to attacking most business problems. But again, many DEI initiatives don't start with these basic business fundamentals. Often companies don't approach DEI the same way they approach other aspects of their business strategy. The third success factor is accountable and invested business leaders. Senior leadership's commitment and accountability are necessary for a successful DEI initiative, and if the initiative requires changing a set of practices across the company, you'll need a broader set of committed business leaders. Role modeling is important. That's why you hear a lot of black men talk about the lack of role models, because they themselves, like J. Cole, did not have a role model. That doesn't mean that all black men across America didn't have role models. They just weren't. Everybody is not J. Cole. J. Cole is not a good rapper. J. Cole, to all y'all who grew up poor and biracial like Logic and J. Cole, we're sorry that you felt that way. The black elites are not you. So we didn't grow up like that. I'm sorry that that was your story. That still has nothing to do with the fact that there have always been black Americans that have had money, and that will continue to be the case. And if the initiative requires changing a set of practices across the company, you'll need a broader set of committed business leaders. Role modeling is important. This is a topic where a lot of people can be skeptical, and they need to see that leaders are personally making changes in line with the new way of working suggested by the initiative. Furthermore, leaders must be prepared to devote themselves and the company's resources over time. Many successful DEI initiatives needed substantial time to get the desired outcome. Some may not move the needle meaningfully for a year or more, but that time isn't wasted. You're laying the foundation to attack a complex problem that may have vexed the company for decades. And since these problems tend to be quite hard, it's best not to try to tackle everything all at once. Let a thousand flowers bloom approach to DEI is a recipe for failure. I don't think so. The let a thousand flowers bloom approach, I don't know what that is. But if you let a thousand flowers bloom, first of all, that's like, you have to start with like the roses in the concrete, right? We talked about this, and we've covered the dude who made the whole school roses in the concrete. There weren't even any flowers, okay? So the fact that one rose bloomed whoever created the let a thousand flowers bloom, now you have flowers. Okay. So before we didn't have any flowers. Like, I keep telling you guys, the reason why the Black American population is dropping to virtually zero, the Black people that are being born in America are continental Africans, and that's why everybody has a flag in their bio. So yes, Tobin Wigway is like a hero, role model, father figure, but Tobin Wigway is a Nigerian American. He's Nigerian first, which is not bad. Like, it was about time we had some like Nigerian American rappers. I'm glad to see it. I love it. At the same time, he doesn't have like this generational Black American experience, bro. He just came, took the formula, and capitalized on it like the rest of us. And good for him. He deserves the fucking money. Take the money. If you ever have a question about what to do, get to the bag. What did Diddy say? Get to the bag. Where that money at? Get to the bag. That's all you have to do. Steal the bag, spend the money, learn the lessons later. Let the flower grow. All right. The fourth factor is a solution designed for context. Strong initiatives seek a fit-for-purpose solution. They build on a nuanced understanding of the starting place, the root causes, and a clear view of success, and they are strategically designed to address the issues. Sometimes this can mean launching a new effort or intervention, but often this means changing a variety of things that already exist, such as policies, processes, or learning and development programs. The final success factor is rigorous tracking and course correction. Many companies don't do this with DEI. For instance, they don't define the specific leading indicators and ultimate outcomes that they hope the initiative will change, and thus they don't have the data to discuss if it's working, how it might be improved, or if the results can be accelerated. It's one thing to be able to cite the number of people who took part in an initiative, but it's far more meaningful to be able to track the details of the people who participated in the program, that they were promoted twice as often as those that did not, or participants stayed with the company at a 40% higher rate. Here, too, you need to be patient. There's going to be a period of time when you see more progress on the leading indicators than you do the ultimate outcomes that you're trying to achieve. But if you stick with it and start to see a real ROI, or return on investment, it becomes easier to commit for the long run. And getting DEI right is definitely a project for the long run. So I got to say, I learned about McKinsey. McKinsey is a consulting firm in New York. So what they do is they work with other companies like McDonald's, Starbucks, Costco, Microsoft, now Facebook, and they run their consulting firm. So if you aren't following that channel, like Taylor somebody, I think her name is Taylor Kennedy, but she works at a consulting firm. Consulting people make a lot of money. They're the people who go to college, they study finance, business analytics, business, and then they go work on Wall Street. So I know a lot of y'all think like rap money is nice, and you're like, oh, they're so rich. No, consulting people make bank. Every year they're taking home like $500,000. If you get a bonus, you might be taking home $1 million. That's just one dude, like one person. Like, probably Taylor this year, she's going to make a lot of money with her YouTube channel, right? Because she also hacked the algorithm. Like, makes sense. It's about time the smart people got the cash. I love to see Taylor get to the bag. She got the bag, and then she went back to work. So let's see if she's making like, let's just say just from AdSense revenue, she's making like $100,000 a year. With a consulting firm, she's probably also going to make like $300,000 a year. So she's like 22. That means she's taking home about $500,000 a year. So if you want to talk about getting to the bag, follow the. I have written a foolproof way for you to just watch my channel and make some content and monetize. So if you aren't trying to monetize, then I don't know. Fuck you, and I hope you never have breakfast. But if you are a part of the Breakfast Club, who has the actual breakfast. Also, the Breakfast Club is a film. I don't know. The little weird talking niggers took it and made it something else. I don't know. I was very confused about it, but you should go watch the Breakfast Club, the actual film, which has real characters and a plot. And you should watch that film, and you should actually have breakfast yourself and talk about what you actually had for breakfast. Because a lot of people don't have breakfast, right? Because they're poor. Poor people don't have breakfast. It's been a problem for a while. Everybody's been talking about it. That's why we had to create Robin Hood and poverty problems. But if only you had the money to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You could, with $20, you could have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at McDonald's. But I guess that's just a life hack that some people fail to understand. Uh, hmm. This is funny. We're gonna read this.